When you're fighting a female narcissist, it doesn't matter so much that you told the truth and she lied. It matters more how you use her personality disorder against her. Not because you're a mean and malicious person, but because that is the truth. She is somebody that is maliciously trying to attack you, harming your children, and nobody will believe you unless you take the right actions. And this video is part 2 in a series. Please check out the other videos. But in this one, we're gonna talk about why so many dads get burned because they fight a female narcissist in a custody battle in the wrong way. And if you lose, it's not just you that pays for it, it's your kids. So perhaps we go into family court, you tell the truth, you tell the judge about how she's alienating you from your kids, how she's lied to the kids. You tell the judge about how she's destroyed your reputation and will stop at nothing for that. And more than likely, the judge will just sit there. And in addition to that, they'll probably rule against you. And this is part of the great tragedy because it's not that you're crazy, it's not that you're stupid, it's not that you're a bad father at all. The reason why that will get a poor ruling and almost immediately and be completely unjust is because you didn't understand how the court works. So let me explain here. So family court isn't about the whole truth. It's not therapy, it's not even justice. And it's definitely not about who is the better person in the relationship and who's the most respectful and all these things which are so infuriating when you've been attacked by a female narcissist. The family court cares about procedure, it cares about evidence and evidence being filed properly, organized properly, and presented properly. And see, when you walk in telling your side of the story because the judge asked you to, and it's a personal story, and it excludes the proper procedure, the evidence is disorganized, it may not even be relevant. And your presentation is truth to you, truth to your family, but doesn't follow the proper ways of presenting to a judge, you're actually disrespecting the court. You're wasting the court's time. And even though to you, it's obvious that she is the worst parent, she's lied a ton of times, she's a narcissist, she's attacking you, she needs to be stopped, and you're asking the court for this, this whole trap that men get caught into, well, man, you're already cooked. So a judge has 15 minutes for your case, that's it. And that's for everything to be explained, all evidence to be presented. So that might mean that you get 5 or 3 minutes. So in your 5 or 3 minutes, you're there to present one thing, and it's really important. What does the evidence that I have say about the rules of this court and how this judge normally rules? This is why I always say you should study your judge beforehand. You should go in and watch family court. If you can't get into your judge's courtroom, go to another judge's courtroom in your county just to get an example of how this all works. It's gonna help you out huge. I say that, I know a ton of people watching this are unwilling to do that. Man, do it. If you're in a state, county, country that doesn't allow this, I would even say you might wanna buy a plane ticket and fly to a place that will allow you to watch family court. It's gonna save you thousands of dollars just to get your finger on that one. So let's go into this mistake. Every good man makes this mistake. You think the truth is good enough, you think respect, the high road, all these things is good enough. Well, it's not good enough when you're being attacked by a female narcissist. In fact, all those things are going to hurt you, and it's something that she's probably leveraged for the whole relationship. Your best qualities are what she's going to use to weaponize against you. Now, when you present in court and you're overly emotional and you're talking about what an abusive, horrible person she is, and you break down or you get heated, this makes you look unstable. This could make you look angry. This is a horrible truth about the courts, but men are predisposed as being violent or oversexed or somebody that can cause harm through their anger, their sex, their violence, their aggression. Just speaking out of turn, like let's say she interrupts you and she's out of turn and you snap back, this could get you into trouble. And straight up, it could cost you your case or 3 months or a continuance. Now, if you're dealing with a female narcissist, they're gonna stay cool, calm, and collected. They're waiting for you to break so that they can point the finger at you and prove their point that you're an abusive, horrible, evil man. So you wanna prevent all of this because that is a great way to get a protective order, and you do not want that. That's one of the worst things you can get. And it's weaponized over and over again in our legal system by women, female narcissists, attacking men especially. See, the court isn't evil. It definitely can be, but more so it's cold. It's numb to your pain. The court sees lies, trauma all day. This one case of yours is probably going to be repeated like a broken record in front of that judge. And so here's the thing, if you want to win, stop trying to fight your fight outside of the court inside the court, meaning she's winning on social media, she's winning to friends and family, she can mouth off to you, she can talk trash to you. But in the court, you can't do any of that. You have to learn how to present properly, you have to learn the procedures properly, you have to learn your judge properly, you have to understand how things are filed, how certain laws are argued. You have to start researching, is your evidence organized in a way that could be presented to argue laws and statutes that already exist, and especially for custody, that determine the best interest of the child. You have to realize every time she attacks you, you cannot lash out back at all. And I really want to hammer this in because you need to learn a new language. You need to learn the language of the courts. You need to learn how to use that language strategically to argue laws and statutes based on your evidence. When you do this, everything changes. What will happen when you start doing this and you start using that organization properly, she is going to start to break. I know you don't believe it, but she will start to be the one that gets emotional. She will be the one that mouths off and gets louder and louder because that's what she knows how to do. She's going to be the one that snaps back at the judge when he tells her that she's almost in contempt of court for interrupting all the time. Now in this series, we're going to get into this more and more. In that 15-minute initial hearing that you have, especially if you're dealing with somebody who has a personality disorder like BPD or NPD, you can flip the script on them. They're going to start to be the unstable one. Once she starts acting out in court, and instead of you being the angry, violent, predisposed man, she is clearly the crazy woman where there's something wrong with, this reevaluates her entire story. Every piece of evidence she puts in could be compromised, and when you can plant that seed in the judge's head, your argument is the one that's going to be heard. Her argument is the one that's always going to be questioned if it's a lie or if this person is crazy. I mean, if she's crazy enough to disrespect a judge, she's crazy enough to lie under oath. You're no longer wasting the court's time, and she is. So let's recap really quick. Again, this is part of a series. Watch all of it in the series. Go to my TikTok, go to my YouTube, get everything you can on female narcissism. I'll show you how to beat him. It's mapped out really thorough in multiple videos. It's not about just speaking the truth or that she's a liar. It's about organizing your evidence, understanding court procedure, and how to present properly in the court. And in the next video in this series, we're going to show you how to set a trap so that you can ensure that if she's going to lie, it's going to be under oath. You're going to be able to prove that it's a lie. And hopefully you can put enough pressure on her that she's just going to give up and hand over custody. If you don't believe that this happens, it happens all the time in my groups. You could go on the sales page for my Rising Man community. You could watch the testimonials there. We win. We have a guy that wins almost every week. And if my communities are something that you cannot afford, get my free stuff. It's literally better than any other paid product out there, especially when fighting a custody battle with a female narcissist. Stay strong, dads.